Hey, what's up guys, Hamlet back here, bringing you with another deck profile on the latest Chaos deck. So basically, Chaos, the flag states that you start with 4 hand, gauge 2, 10 life. All monsters which are size 30 or greater cannot be destroyed and their abilities cannot be nullified. And you may call a turtle of size 99. So yeah, this is a super aggressive deck which features the latest skill, Overkill, Gyakaten, or I don't know, or whatever. So basically, Overkill is a skill where you can cast it and it cannot be nullified and cannot be countered. So yeah, your opponent cannot respond. So this is the latest skill which Buddyfight, they gave us. So yeah, so I will be doing this one deck profile before I enter my O's. So yeah, so good luck to those who are also having their O levels. I won't be posting much videos until mid-November, and I'll tell you guys when I'm back. So yeah, without further ado, let's go on the deck profile. So for the body I run is, of course, not this lah, cause only got 2. Your body would definitely be Geargot 7, Ruler of Chaos. So his core cost will be his ability, his card text is core cost pay 2 gauge, and at the beginning of each player's attack phase, you may call a Chaos monster from your hand without paying its core cost. So you can actually call cards such as your Ibuki right here, so that you can gain pluses, which his ability activate at the beginning of your turn. So yeah, and he also has Chaos Drain and Chaos Territory. So Chaos Drain is basically, when this card is destroyed, you may destroy a size 3 or less on your field to remain like nullify the destruction, remain on the field. So yeah, body of course is him. Next off, I run 2 of the trial deck, Geargot 7. Core cost is put up to 2 monsters from your field into this card sword and pay 2 gauge. When this card enters the field, call up to 1 Chaos monster from your drop zone by paying its core cost. So the enter field ability comes after the core cost. So which means if you have cards such as Osiris or your Daryl Barrack, you can actually pay that gauge and then you can call with this effect and you gain pluses from there. So yeah, definitely a very good card to generate advantage and hand size, so you can get your material out. Lastly, I run size 30 is Proto Chaos Machina Geargot 8. So he's the latest Geargot, which is from the new set and it's in the secret pack. So its core cost is when a monster on your center is destroyed, pay 2 gauge. If this card enters the field during your opponent's turn, you may call a size 3 or less Chaos monster from your drop zone to your center without paying its core cost. So during your opponent's turn, you can actually call cards such as Daryl Barrack or even Kid Ibuki, the new Ibuki, where you can use their advantage. So yeah, basically during your opponent's turn, you are gaining advantage too, and Chaos Drain and Penetrate. So yeah, it has 50k stats and 2 crit. The Penetrate is pretty good. So yeah, for their Chaos underling, we have first off Kid Ibuki, the latest Overkill one. So core cost pay 2 gauge, and the core cost won't be really a problem if you happen to call with your this guy or this guy, which makes him free. He has a good 10k stats which can hit anything right now, I think. So yeah, even the gun, which is a real threat in the meta now. So at the beginning of your turn, destroy all monsters on your opponent's field and deal damage to your opponent equal to the monsters of cards destroyed. So yeah, so to activate his ability, you have to call him during your opponent's battle phase, or like just make him survive. So basically you can trigger his ability by using this guy or this guy. So yeah, it's good. And his Overkill ability is pay 1 gauge. When monsters on your field will be destroyed, choose target that monster, and for this turn it cannot be destroyed. So you can actually target on him and then have him anywhere. So once your opponent end his turn and it's your start of the turn, you can destroy and deal damage. So it's a really clutch card. Next off, I run 3 Dra Golem, the new Golem archetype, which is the dual Golem, and he's a Chaos monster too. So core cost pay 1 gauge. All dual Golem on your field gets critical +1, so he gets 1 critical, and even the other Chaos Golem. So yeah, Overkill, pay 1 gauge. During your main phase for this turn, all cards on your field gets 2 crit. You can only use Overkill once per game, by the way. So yeah, move and penetrate. This makes all your monsters +2 crit, which is a pain in the face. So yeah, because you have 4 monsters on your field and that's 8 crit right there. So yeah, play 3. Next off, 1 Death Asmodai, attack in the deck, which he is Omnilord, so you can play him. Call cost, pay 2 gauge, and when this card is destroyed, put the top 3 cards of your deck into your drop zone and call those 3 onto separate areas without paying the call cost. So it's really good because you may call Devil Barrack right here, Adi Diablos, or Gauge Adder, when destroyed draw 2, or charge 1 draw 1, which is really good in this deck, and he has Penetrate and Lifelink too. So you can actually use him as a fodder for your Chaos Drain, so yeah, he's really good. Next off, I run 2 Chaos Gorgas, so basically it's a pay 1 gauge to rest him if you do target a card from your drop and put it to your hand. Must be a Chaos monster, so yeah, I play 2. Can help you fetch up your this Gear God, so you can call Osiris to gauge and draw, or you can top 3 for Devil Barrack, so yeah. Next off, I run 4 Osiris. When this card enters your field on the left or right, if you have a monster in your center, charge 1 draw 1 once per turn. It's a really good card because free gauge and draw is pretty good, and when you call during your opponent's turn using effects such as this and this, you can get free gauge and draw. So yeah, he replaces himself, and that's how, even though this deck starts with 4 hand, you can get the field set up. And most of the time when I play this deck, I'll have like 6 hand on the first turn and I still get to rush. So the field presence is really good in this deck. Next off, 3, you may consider bumping up this to 4 because he's a really good card. When this card enters the field, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put one of them into your hand, don't have to show your opponent, and put the rest into a drop zone. So like once per turn, really good. Name ability, so yeah, it's not broken, but it's a staple in any Chaos deck or Darkness Dragon, so yeah. Next off, I run 3 Adi Diablos. Call cost, pay 3 and soul 2, and if this card has no soul, it gets 2k and plus 1 crit, which makes him a 9/2/9, really hard to clear. And usually when we call him out during the battle phase with Gear God 7, he has no soul, and yeah, he'll have triple attack and 2 crit. So yeah, he cannot be destroyed by your opponent and cannot be returned to your hand, so yeah, it's really good. But the downside is he has Lifelink 3, so but the thing is, if you actually have your Golem on the field and you overkill, he'll be a 4 crit triple attack, which is really devastating. So yeah. Next off, for Gauge Adder, I run 3 Aquarial. When this card enters the field, for each monster on your field, you charge Gauge. So yeah. 2 new Chaos Edward. So put a monster from your field into this card, so and pay to Gauge. When this card attacks, you can put 1 card from your hand into the Gauge and you draw 1 card, gain 1 life. So basically you get free Gauge, you get to filter your deck, and you gain life, so yeah. And when this card enters the field, return a monster from your opponent's field to their hand or destroy it. So this is a really good card in Mirror Match because Chaos Flag states that your size 30 cannot be destroyed by effect, but they never say it cannot be returned to the hand. So it's a really good card. It has double attack, so you get to Gauge and draw and gain 1 life twice, so yeah. Can actually help you draw into your winning card, which is the Impact, which I play. Next, I run 1 of this Golem. I will play 3 of these because he's really good. His call cost, pay 1 Gauge, pay 1 life. When this card is destroyed, a name ability, once per turn, draw 2. And at the end of the battle that this card attack, you may pay 1 Gauge if you do not destroy this card. So you basically have to pay 1 Gauge for him to survive. He's really good. He has Penetrate and double attack. But I play 1 because yeah, the set just came out, and yeah, I play 1 only. Lastly, for monsters, I run 1 Daredevil Breaker. He's a really good tag in the deck because his call cost is pay 1 Gauge, pay 1 life, and his ability is all monsters on your center may attack your opponent even if your opponent has a monster in the center. This makes your Gear God double, like Gear God have a Shadow Dive, which is really good, and with Overkill, you just poke your opponent, pew. So yeah, and his Overkill ability is discard a card from your hand during an attack phase, destroy a monster or your opponent's item, and deal damage equals to the crit of that card once per game. So it's really good because it can be clutch too, so yeah. Next off, I run 4 Negate. You can only cast if you have 2 or more Chaos, charge 1, and nullify, so yeah. Next off, for draw spell, I run 4, 1 who comes from Havoc. So you may only cast if you have 2 Chaos on your field, pay 1, draw 2. For size 30 searches, I run launch the auto DAT. So basically just search for one size 30 or greater monster and add it to your hand once per turn. Next off, 2 Electrification. This is the card which helps you to plus a lot. So basically his ability is you may only cast if you have 4 or more monsters on your field. Then you get to charge 1, draw 2 and gain 1 life once per turn. A really good card which helps you plus a lot. So yeah, that's how this deck gets few presents even though they start beforehand. And next off, I run 4 A Ruler's Privilege. So this card is a super duper strong card with the new support from Overkill. This card is surprisingly not a once per turn card, so yeah, it's a spell, and you may only cast this if you have 3 or more originally size 3 or greater monsters on your field. Choose one of the following ability. Put a card from your drop that is not this card and add it to your hand, which helps you filter for more Electrification, size 30 Searcher, draw 2, or any other chaos cards which you need for the current situation, or counters stand a size 3 or greater monster on your field. This means that you can actually overkill, and then you have a good field presence, and then you whack for 5 crit, you cast, you stand, another 5 crit, and that's game winning, you know. 5 crit, another 5 crit right there just for 1 card, so it's really good. Finally, I run one of the impact, Force Global Shutdown. So with the ability to see through our deck with Edward, I play one of him. So so you may possibly draw into your impact with abilities like him. So you may cast this card if your opponent has 5 life or less, which is doable because look at all the crits you can do here. Call cost, pay 2 gauge and deal damage to your opponent equal to the total critical of all monsters on your center. So basically you'll be doing around 5 damage lah, because you have 1 and 1 and their crit are 5 total. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this deck profile on my Chaos deck right here. I'll just do this so you can see a deck list. More videos will be coming up soon. The next deck profile will probably be an Oni deck. So yeah, good luck to those guys who are having their exam still, and good luck to all those having O's. I wish you all the best, even though I'm not very good. Okay, bye guys. Lil.